Well, hello! It's Thursday, and we must be back for another episode of Painting Up the Monster Manual with Warrior Prince 3D. Our painting challenge continues, and this week we are looking at the Cambion. This is the first, I believe, of the fiends that we are looking at. And I love these monsters. They are really cool. And I know that we said last week that Richard was going to DM this one, but we've both been absolutely flat out busy. And yeah, this morning I think you messaged me. He was like, "Can you do it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. No, don't worry about it." So I'm going to be doing this.
I cried off. I cried off, yes.
That's fine. It's absolutely fine. So let's have a look at the Cambion. How are you, Richard? Let's tell us about you first.
Tell me about me. I'm okay. I am Richard from Warrior Prince 3D. You can find me on Etsy, Instagram, Facebook, hanging out here with Dragonborn Industries and anywhere Band of Badgers and other random places. I am your one-stop shop for any of your 3D printing needs, be it little wee miniatures, little collectibles, big statues, bigger statues, cosplay pieces, or anything you think you can fit on a printer and actually printed.
Yeah, and again, as I say every week, they are just phenomenal. Hello, everybody in chat. Hello, Debs. Hello, Velvet. Hello, Fluff. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. So, Richard, obviously, like, you talk about 3D printing and statues and big stuff. Like, the things next to you there are mammoth. They are huge.
So these are 1/6. This one here is a 1/6 scale diorama. This is obviously Wolverine versus Sabretooth. This is from Wicked 3D. They are phenomenal sculptors when it comes to statues. But if you wanted this statue to literally be 15 to 20 centimeters, that's possible. Everything can be scaled down, and things can even be scaled up so long as they fit on the printers and the pieces they come with. Karlak here is, I think the standard was a 1/10, but I've scaled her up to be 1/6 scale.
So you say Karlak, that's this one right here, isn't it?
That's that one.
So, obviously, loads of people at the moment are playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I know that she's been a very popular NPC in that one, but that's fucking awesome.
So she is from a new merchant license I acquired this week called Bulkamancer. This month actually will be Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3, so I know that was a bit of a fan favourite as well.
That's the vampire dude, right?
That is the vampire dude.
I like the vampire dude, he's very cool. So let me move this one, because there's also another mini that I want to show people, because I couldn't get hold of a Cambion from WizKids this week. So we are painting up the it's Loot Studios, isn't it?
So yeah, this is a Loot Studios model. So anyone out there that happens to know sculptors or has the ear of a sculptor, can someone please sculpt some more Cambions, because both Ian and I put a lot of time into this week trying to find these.
Oh god!
The only reason we managed to find this one is this is this month's from Loot Studio.
Yes.
This is their this month release. In all of my library, everything I've seen and got, I could not find a Cambion that fit the appropriate description of the picture from the Monster Manual.
But I mean, I will say, this is a really nice mini. I really, really like this, to the point where I'm like, I'm going to use this in loads of different systems and loads of different games. This guy's fucking sick. So yeah, I really, really like that. And there's one more picture that Richard's going to show off, which is a new bundle, I think. Which is this one right here.
So this is Artisan Guild's newest bundle from this month. These are the Noble Alpha Elves, and they are phenomenal.
Look at that fucking statue. Is that an Ent?
That is basically an armoured Ent-like creature. And it is awesome. So I'm looking forward to printing that and looking forward to printing these. Printing a couple of the character models to go with an order at the moment. But yeah, they are beautiful. And Artisan Guild are now going to be doing busts as well. So little small busts for their characters and bits and pieces, and they look awesome.
That's so awesome. I really like that huge armoured Ent. Tiz puts paints on minis. Thank you so much for the follow. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So yeah, we are here for episode 21. We've done this for 21 weeks of just an hour of fun that has been a delight to do so far. But we are on the Cambion. We are on the first of the Fiends, and then it's the last of the Fiends for a little while, where we go on to some more monstrosities. But let's talk about the Cambion first, because these things are I really like them as an NPC. I like them as a monster because they are just so fun. They essentially are the offspring between a fiend, a devil or demon, and a mortal. So if like Grust, the demon prince of the Abyss, breeds, which he loves to do, with humans, elves, what is born is a Cambion. These things are inherently evil. And even as a child, they dominate and show authority over any kind of mortals that they believe are beneath them. They are truly evil, but they make for great servants, they make for great services, because they basically act as the PA/messenger/ champions of higher devils and fiends. Dibs with the it's longer than 21 weeks because he keeps skiving off. It's the 21st episode. Yeah, Dibs is right. We do keep skiving off every now and again, but you've got to have a break. You can't do it all the time. So that's okay by me. Hello, Dragon School. Great to see you there. It's great to see everybody there in chat. So these are a CR5. And Richard, have you made a level 3 character? Are you doing that now?
I have made it. I'm just quickly choosing my spells to prepare from the abysmal list they have given me.
Oh dear. So before I carry on the camera, just let me know what race class you've got.
So I am Clarence, the Tiefling Wizard.
That's not bad. I mean, you're going to die pretty quick, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Cool, that just gives me an idea of where we're going to start this fight today. So the Cambion is a CR5 fiend of any evil alignment. So they can be from the lawful to the neutral to the chaotic, which means that they can span across any of those, the Nine Hells or the Abyss, which is kind of cool because it makes them sort of ambiguous for wherever you want to put them in your campaigns. I'm going to grab the monster manual because I actually can't see it past my own GM screen, because there is some bits that I do want to chat about before we go into this, because these things are pretty nasty. One of the things I always talk about is the Magic 3. This is the armor class versus hit points versus damage they can deal. Usually when we do monster creation or when we look at a monster, one or two of those will be high and the other one will be low so that it offsets basically its hardness. These guys have an armor class of 19 in scale mail that includes their charisma bonus, which is insane. They have hit points of average of 82. For CR5, I'd say that's pretty low, but their damage dealing potential is through the roof because they have, first of all, an innate spell casting of 3 times a day for alter self commands and detect magic, command alone being a real problem, and then they can plane shift once a day, just like that, which again, they can just get away from things. Their spear seems like it's a low amount of damage, but bear in mind they have multi-attack. So they do have a range of up to 60 foot if they throw it, which does a 1d6 plus 4 or a 1d8 plus 4 if used with 2 hands versatile. They also have a fire ray, which is essentially a ranged spell attack that they can just, from 120 feet, bing, for 3d6 worth of fire damage. Which is lucky if you're a tiefling and you're resistant to fire, but their multi-attack also equates to that fire ray. So they can either do 2 spears or they can do 2 fire rays. They are really, really bad. But the real icing on the cake for them is they have a charm ability. So they can quite literally put you under a charm, and unless you take damage or try and do something suicidal, you do what they say. And
so basically what you're saying is my wee level 3 wizard with 18 HP is basically forked.
Mate, if you go down to the Nine Hells or to the Azagrat and you decide to go into a pit fight, which is what you've done, Clarence, you've decided to plane shift with a bigger wizard and go seeking glory, and Grust has put one of his children in the ring with you as demons, devils, even celestials cheer all around as you enter the arena. This is a large oval. Imagine like a gladiatorial ring that you would find in ancient Rome, but there are areas of like lava starting to spew out of some of this like red dust floor. There are these polished stone Colosseum style, not Colosseums, obelisks rising out of certain areas that act as a tiny bit of cover, and in front of you, spear in its hand. It's not wearing any armor, but it looks tough. Is a Cambion. Grasped, the six-fingered devil, this demon prince with this onyx skin, beautiful, more beautiful than anything you've ever seen, yet still horrific to behold at the same time. My friends, my allies, my conquests and concubines, another mere mortal enters my arena to challenge one of my children. Will they find place within our ranks, or will they simply die like the mortals are supposed to, beneath the feet of demons? The Cambion in front of you, its wings, it's almost like it's magical. They're not necessarily flapping like a bird's, but they're just gently around. And it just looks at you. What do you do in this moment?
Bit myself.
Roll a Constitution saving throw. No. But yeah, it just waits for you to make the first move. Almost like it's letting you attack.
Right, okay. Oh, for God's sake, I'm a blade singer.
Oh, you are fucked, son. It's about 60 feet away from you, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to get a timer ready.
Are you bother with initiative, or is it just a free? I'm allowed a free action.
You are allowed a free round as this thing arrogantly, this beautiful creature of red with this these two horns and this anime style black hair, glides there and just waits for you to make the first move.
Right, I cast mirror image.
Oh, lovely spell. It just smirks. I need to check what sight they've got. So, I don't believe they have any magical sight, so that's absolutely fine. As these, how's it look when you cast this magic?
So, as I look up at it and sort of begin to quaver slightly in fear, the arcane sparks begin to trickle out of my fingertips as I pull my hands together from along my forearm, and just small burst of arcane energy erupts from me as blip, 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 multiples of me appear around myself. And I step away to almost... So I'm not in the same place as I was, but I'm amongst the crowd of me now.
Okay, so, and with that, we are going to roll initiative. Okay, it's low on my dice. The timer has begun.
Right, 19 initiative from me.
19?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to put that into D&D Beyond, because I'm going to track that with this fight here, as we are now in the fighting pits. So it smirks at you and it's like, come at me with everything you have, mere mortal, and we will show you what a true fiend is. You are but a maggot. Looking at you in your tiefling form.
Okay, so first of all, as it usually goes, paints I'm using today, I am using the Army Painter Speed Paint range from Army Painter.
But that wouldn't be the Army Painter range from the Army Painter, would it? Because I'm using the Army Painter acrylic paint from the Army
range
Painter.
from Army Painter.
You know
So
what,
these
I'd
are
really
the
like
Army
to see
Painter
some.
Speed Paint range. Those.
I'd really like to see some paint from Turbo Dork too.
I would very much like to see some paint from Turbo Dork. So the Turbo Dork paints from Turbo Dork. But again, I'm gonna try and do this all in speed paints and see how we get on.
So I'm going for the layer. Oh, after you.
Editions.
So I'm going mostly with the layered acrylics from the Army Painter standard range. And hopefully I'm going to look at the Fanatics range when that comes out, which is going to be really cool. And I am going to start with a dry brushing of Dragon Red underneath all of those wings, especially because it is such a large area. And then we also have that whole naked torso with all of those, not going to lie, pretty jacked up, sexy looking muscle lines. It's a pretty sexy mini, to be honest. Dibs, hey guys, did you say something about the Army Painter? You know what? I think we may have said something about the Army Painter. I don't know what it was. But Yeah, so you get to go first. It almost just like allows you to move around, almost in an arrogant, cocky way.
Have I got anywhere I actually think I could possibly hide behind to gain advantage?
I mean, if you were a rogue, yes. But there are these obelisks that come out of the ground every now and again, and I'd say it wouldn't take too long to, or too much movement to get to one of those, maybe 20 feet.
Right. I'm going to move over to one of the obelisks. You say it's 20 feet away?
Yes.
Okay, and as I go, I'll cast Scorching Ray.
Okay. Make the that's an attack roll, yes?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is the only attack spell I've got.
No! Why would you enter a pit fight with a demon? Why would you do that with no attack spells?
Why would... Oh, for fuck's sakes. I rolled a 7!
I'm going to tell you now with an armor class of 19. That is a no. That is an absolute no-no. And then... No, he hasn't got anything else that he can do with that one. Anything else from you?
I'm going to hide behind the obelisk and hope my mirror images distract him.
Okay, so we'll say the obelisk is around, the 80-foot mark away from this demon or this fiend, this Cambion. And can you make me a stealth check, please, to try and just tuck in behind it?
Oh, well, actually, +3. 16 stealth.
16 stealth. Okay. So the passive perception on a Cambion is only a 14, which isn't that bad at all, but it's not as good as a 16. So they are going to, with a 60-foot fly speed, they're going to start flying towards you, but there's about 20 feet until this obelisk. They think they know which one you're behind, but they're not sure. So I'm going to roll an intelligence check. So let's look at the stat block of the Cambion. They have...
All mirror images are outside the obelisk.
Okay. We'll give them an Arcana check then, because they've seen you cast that. Or does it say on the...
I need to read the spell description to see if they stick around me. I think they do.
Yeah, because it's when I make a attack against you, that's when they are coming into effect.
They're all with me. They don't stay individually.
So let's have a look. So let's talk about the stat block. So they have got a pretty beastie fucking stat block. Nothing is in the minus. So these things are pretty good. Strength 18 plus 4, Dex 18 plus 4, Con 16 plus 3, Intelligence 14 plus 2, Wisdom plus 1 with a 12, and Charisma 16 plus 3. So these things, they hit hard and they are pretty defensive at the same time. I'll give them an Arcana. No, let's give them a perception check to see if they can just discern anything about this spell or about you. No, it is a 19 plus their perception, which is going to be... So that's a dirty 20. What's your spell save DC?
Not much. 10. God, that's awful.
Okay, so this Cambion is like, your little spell won't save you from me. I will burn through them with ease. Mirror image will know you will die here today. And they are going to go... They're going to attack the obelisk because they can't see you properly. So I'm going to try and destroy the obelisk. The first attack roll is going to be with their fire ray. It's an 11 plus 7 to hit. So that is going to be a 19 against the AC of stone, which I think...
I hope that hits.
You know what? I think stone might be 21, There go all my condition marks. I'm going to have to open up the GM screen for the first time in years.
Surely hitting an immovable object shouldn't be that hard.
It's not. It's the hardness of it. That's what we need to look at. So... There is something on here somewhere. I know there is! Because that's how you destroy items. That's setting your DC, tracking ground. I'm sure there is something in here because I have done it many times. If anybody in the chat knows what the AC of stone is, because it's like wood is like 5. Oh no, there we go, ground surface. So, soft surface such as snow is 10, dirt or grass 15, bare stone 20. There you go. It was a 20. doesn't hit. The first one just like smashes into it, and it just sort of heats up but doesn't go anywhere. The second one, it's going to, nope, and they just like burn into it. It's like, you can't hide behind there for long. I will destroy you, and I will enjoy this no matter how long it takes. I have all the time in the world. You'll go, bud.
Shit. Okay, that is me. It's me out of second level spells.
Oh no!
Right.
I like this guy's BDSM collar. I don't know if you guys will see that, but like around his neck is like a proper like collar with a ring on it.
Right, how close is it to me now?
So it's behind the pillar, but 20 foot away. So you would have to come out from behind the pillar to see it properly.
Yeah, I'll come out, and then all of the images around me will come out as we all simultaneously sort of move our hands around, put something into our palms, and put our hands out as burning hands erupts from me.
Okay. That's 3. No, it's not. Do I need to make a save on that one?
That's Dex save.
Dex save. Okay, this is going to be pretty chunky. Their saving throws, Jesus Christ. They don't have Dex! So their saving throws are Strength, Con, Intelligence, and Charisma. No Dex, no Whiz. But it is a 16.
It passes.
Does it take half damage for that?
Half damage, but it's fire damage. I don't know what their resistances are.
Well, you give me your damage first, and I'll tell you how badly it's going to be.
It takes 3 whole points of damage.
Half to 1, as they are resistant to fire.
Yeah, that was much.
It just lets it hit it in the chest. And it's almost like it's pleasurable for it. It's like, yes. Sweet, sweet pleasure. Anything else from you?
I cry a little bit and move back behind the obelisk.
Have you got the range? Oh, so you would have only gone about 10 foot out or something, wouldn't you? So yeah, you can. Is there anything else? Is that it?
That's it. That's all I can do.
It is going to fly almost like sideways, so it's at an angle where like it stays about 30 feet away from you, but it can just make line of sight with you, and you watch as its eyes flash with this like fiery red. Can you make me please a charisma saving throw? Oh, sorry, no, it's a wisdom. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Well, that's all right. I've actually got a bit of wisdom, so it's 14.
14! It passes, so the DC for the charm is a 14! As you feel it enter your mind, and it's like, you'll kneel to me. Come now. And you just wince tightly as you manage to shrug it off and remain in control of your body. And then as you look up, stronger than I thought. This will be fun. It's your go. And I'm going to take some bear brown. Or oak brown, sorry. And I'm going to start going over the coat that's hanging over this guy's arms. As reds and browns are going to be the main thing I use for this.
One thing I've just seen on it, don't forget it's got gloves on.
Shit. I'll paint them black. I'm going for like proper like... Not going to lie, I'm going for like BDSM style, like leathers with the trousers and the boots.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like this guy.
Right.
But it's your go.
I will make a decision as to how I'm going to die.
Hey, you've lasted longer than I thought you would.
It's because I've not been hit yet.
It's almost like he's playing with his food.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Okay. I am going to lean round and cast message.
Okay.
I'm going to point my finger towards the creature, and only he hears the message. If you spare me, all of the magic and treasure of my master is yours, and I will show you how to get to it and his most powerful artifact.
Now, Bear in mind, this is one of the children of grass. This is the Demon Prince's own prince. Could you make me a persuasion check? Are you lying for a start?
No, I'll fucking do it.
Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage. Hello, Absalom Dak. Welcome to the show. We are toying with our food today as the Cambion is going to kick Richard's ass.
Okay, that is 16.
16.
Oh no, you said disadvantage, didn't you?
Yeah.
13.
30. Yeah, there we go. Did you hear that, father? As it looks towards the crowd, and you just see this like 12-foot hulking, almost glistening skin black onyx figure. He wishes me to betray you. But he will die. My service is only to my father. And he looks at you. Anything else from you?
No, that is an action, and I'll hide back behind the pillar.
He moves 20 foot around so that he is now in line with you. You are no longer hiding behind the pillar. Let's have a look. Ooh, I'll fly in right next to you. He just he flies there for a minute with these like gliding wings. Hello, Miss Lounge, and it looks like he's going to do another fire ray at you, and then just swoops in like a bird of prey. Spear comes like rushing in. Oh dear. That is an 18 plus 7. I'm going to assume that hits the wizard.
I'm pretty sure the +7 hits the wizard.
Yep.
But yes, you hit the wizard.
Okay, let's deal some damage. This is two-handed. This is 1d8 plus 4. That's 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
How are you looking?
Very, very bad.
He stabs right into your side, and it's almost like he's not aiming for a vital organ. It's enough to hurt you, go through like part of your gut, but not to impale something like a kidney or a liver, and then retracts the spear, almost like splattering blood up themselves as they kind of seem to, again, gain some kind of pleasure from causing you pain. They grab you by the throat, and with their second attack, you watch this ray begin to burn within their eyes. It's going to be at disadvantage because this is a ranged spell attack. First one is an 18 plus 7. The second is an 8 plus 7.
It still hits.
Okay. This is going to be 3d6 worth of damage. $11 points of fire damage, which you are resistant to as a tiefling.
Am I the right tiefling? Because I know some of them aren't.
I think that's usually a custom homebrew thing, isn't it?
Yes, I am. So 5 points.
5 points of fire damage.
Okay, I am barely hanging on.
Look at it. Look at this mortal. And he's like holding you by the throat now. And he's down at ground level, but he's just holding you in the air. And then he's like, look at how pathetic it is to try and step into the arena with one of us. And he drops you. And you hit the ground. And you manage to get back up from being prone, because I'm not going to make you prone in this moment. And he just like screams to the crowd. And the crowd are just loving it. They are eating it in. They are like all these different kind of horrible demons and mutated beings all around, just screaming and laughing and cackling at your pain. It is your go, and he stands over you.
To do. I'll turn around to it and say, at least I know with my last breath that your uncle was right.
I know not what you talk of.
No, but your father does. I look forward to your pain.
Kind of like, give me a deception check. this is where I'm at so far with my mini. We are getting a solid layer of that brown onto the coat and onto the base, and then I'm getting a thick, heavy dry brush of that red all over those abs, the face, and the arms there.
That's a solid 6 on the deception. That ploy failed.
You just hear from the crowd this booming voice of Grass, the demon prince. He likes to play. His words, the words of a mortal wizard. Maybe don't hold so much magic down here, my son. Enjoy his last moments. Revel in the pleasure of his death. Wear his skin as your armor. The Cambion.
Then I take out the pin of the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
You fucking wish, Sunshine. Anything else?
No, I'm basically, I am... I know I'm dead.
He's going to try and rip your spine out of your body. This is going to be an improvised strength attack as he almost like grabs you by the throat but then like turns you round. Okay. It's an 8 plus.
Yeah, he hits me. 10 armor class.
What's your armor class, sorry?
10.
Okay, 8 plus 4 for... yeah. He digs in, like these like clawed fingers start digging into your spine. We'll do this as a d6 worth of damage and we'll see where we go from there. So... Ooh! Plus strength mod. Oh, no, it's 1 plus 1.
What is his strength? What's his strength modifier?
Plus 4.
I'm down.
Well, actually, because it's only plus 1 with a...
I have 2 HP.
Okay. Dibs has said disadvantage for an improv attack. I think that was 3 and 4-y. I don't remember that in
No,
in 5.
It's not 5th edition.
Either way, 2 points go in to your spine as you can feel the fingers burn through your flesh. Even though you're resistant to fire, you feel that fire like lava now around your spine as he starts to grab, and you go down. He does get a second attack as he starts to yank at your spine and start trying to pull it out of your skin. This one will be because you're incapacitated at advantage. Oh,
And an automatic crit.
only if it hits. It's a 6 plus 4.
Hits.
Yeah. Auto crit for 2 death saves as your spine starts to rip out from your skin on your back. You can feel it attached to your head and your horns, and your skin starting to sag around your skull. You can hear the crowd, kill him! And then, can you give me a death saving throw, please?
Oh, you're going to make me make a death saving throw? You're so mean.
It's your go.
19.
Oh, it saves! You manage to, like, in this, like, moment of consciousness, hold on tight. It's like, it fights! It fights with all it has! But that's the end of your go, as it then goes in to rip the rest of your spine out. He almost, like, drops you to the floor, starts putting his back on where your pelvis, his feet on where your pelvis would be at the lower end of your back. Yeah. As he then just pulls up and, like Predator, rips your spine, your skull, and just, like, ichor goes everywhere. The darkness of your eyes gets even darker, and blood and brain matter go everywhere as your spine and your skull and your horns all come ripping out of your body. The crowd, and for some reason you can still hear this, the crowd goes mad with excitement. People start running onto this battlefield. They start devouring parts of your carcass, part of the ichor that's left. But the demon, the Cambion, holds your head up. Father, another one for the blood war. My child has done well to feed you today. But yes, you are quite right. One more for the blood war. And you watch as Gratz just appears. And it's almost like you're having this out-of-body experience as he takes the skull and the spine. And as he puts his hand underneath what would be your chin, a new body begins to form into that of a disfigured, horrid demon. and that'll be the end of the combat, as Clarence the Tiefling is now a servant for the Abyssal armies in the blood war against the devils.
Oh, yay.
So he didn't die? No, that was fun. Thanks for that.
That was good fun.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, unfortunately, you ain't going to make it through this fight.
Oh, fuck no.
What I do like is the idea of like a fighting pit in the Nine Hells or in the Abyss.
Yeah, I am going to be going with something like that. That's quite a fun little thing.
Yeah, I like the idea of these things as like, yeah, just champions. Yeah, and it's good fun. So let's see what it has. Absolutely, I played more first ed than any other, but I get more confused with third ed and fifth ed rules. Yeah, I don't blame you, especially if you're used to first and third. No sounds, this is the end, my friend, the end. Yep, dude got predated. Is it Billy from Predator who gets his spine ripped out?
Yeah, I think it's Billy.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen that film in ages. I might go watch that film later. And Kiddaroo, good morning. Evening. Good morning, Kiddaroo. I hope you're all well. Hope everyone's doing fine. So, Richard, have you ever used a Cambion in your campaigns?
Not a Cambion as such, no. I've used a lot of demons.
Yeah.
Because I've got in my world I've got a very sort of specific demon entourage, as it were, because demons weren't on the world that I'd started.
Yes.
But they've now been brought in by players.
Oh, snap. Actually,
Yeah.
no, tell a lie. There was one foothold I had in my world where there were quite literally champions of Asmodeus, because Asmodeus is and will always be my god.
Well, that's it. I've got Asmodeus, basically. Even though I make everything else up, I always love the name Asmodeus and Asmodeus himself.
Yeah, it's the devil, isn't it? It's the one and only. And yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Maybe I'm going to hell.
Basically, there's now a couple of archdevils loose.
Nice.
And one of them, without realising, has begun to make a pact with it. Because it went under the guise of a simple little familiar sort of thing.
That's cool. Kiddaroo, good morning, evening. Watch party, lol. Nice. Kiddaroo, I recognise this song. Yes, it's used a lot on. I certainly know it's from High Rollers, and I think it's now used on Crit Roll. But it's actually from Epidemic Sound, which is a wonderful source of royalty-free music with a small subscription, which I really, really do enjoy. I find most of my time pouring through it. It sounds like a battle to me. It absolutely was. We were in a pit fiend fight. Also, I've used Cambion in my game. They are a major player of evil in my world. Yeah, they are really nasty. They are enslavers. They are dominators. They are just nasty, nasty beings. We use it too. Nice. We listen to Epidemic Sound all the time. Yeah, I really, really like Epidemic Sound. I actually really like, because I still haven't been able to carry on with the Seven Seals of Ank'Harel, is that how you say it? Since my last comment on one of your videos, but I really do enjoy that you've got that music on there as well. Music for me really does make all the difference for playing and immersion. Yeah, I think it's really interesting that the Cambion is this far forwards in the Arknor, that's it, in the monster manual, when the rest of the fiends are further along. And I'm not sure if that's because these are like a half-breed between any demon or devil and a mortal, or if it's because they're part of the monsters. I'm not too sure, but I think if anybody's seen Crit Roll Campaign 2, Obon was one. But how are you getting on with your paint job, Richard?
So I've done the majority of the first lot on the red flesh, done the jacket, and started on the trousers.
Nice.
I don't know how that's coming through.
Dude, that's so vibrant.
But yeah, I quite like this red.
So, Absalom, Cambion are always male, Incubus female. Actually, I think the Incubus is male and the Succubus.
Incubus is male, Succubus is female.
And the Cambion can be any gender based on whatever happens within the mortal's womb, I believe.
I'd say, because Cambions are a half-breed, aren't they?
Yes. and they take on a lot of characteristics of their mortal parentage, but they are innately evil, even as children, to the point where even their mortal parents can be a bit like, he's a wrong'un. You know, I think maybe we don't put him out in public, or maybe we shun him out. So I'm just going to try and paint up a nice thick solid brown onto that whip. And make sure we get any of those bits on the coat that may have been slightly got with the red. So how's everybody doing today? What is everybody up to? Is everybody having a good day? Has anybody been able to play any games recently? Do you know in a couple of weeks, Richard, I get to see you in person?
Oh my god, it's that soon?
Yeah, 2nd of December, bud.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Warrior Prince and I will be at Dragon Meet in London on the 2nd of December. We're not there as vendors or anything, we're just going to be there as punters, and we're going to be having a nice little time with Band of Badgers and Free League Publishing. Are you coming out for the meal afterwards?
Roger.
Hell yeah. And yeah, we're just going to have a good time and a good meet-up. Knock knock, somebody emailed Dragon Meet and asked if we could do a live show. They haven't got back to us yet.
Aww.
So if people want to message in and be like, hey, these guys should do a live show, I'd really appreciate that, but
That'd be cool.
maybe next year if they don't get back to us.
As I say, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to paint the hair black, and then I'm going to go in and try and get the trousers too. Oh no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to dry brush the trousers, then I'm going to go over them with a contrast black.
That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, it will.
Have you? I take it you haven't zenithilled your guy at all.
I haven't, no. I went solid black because I like to dry brush 2 layers of red over black to get those depth.
Yeah, I say I like that.
So,
I don't know whether to go with black hair or really loud purple hair.
Oh, I'm going straight up Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going solid black hair, or I might dry brush it again, just like the trousers, and actually do it in that contrast, just to give it a really thick look. Yeah. So, what are people up to? Dibs, trying to organise my studio. Haha, nice! How's the, I don't know what to call it, because I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say online. How's the project going? Yeah, for Dibs. What else? We've got games. What are those? Dragon Skull. Oh, are you back from your weekend away, are you, Dragon Skull? If so, I hope it was a great time. And I hope everything's all good. Who else we got here? I have some good old D&D lore. Cambions are always male, and it's the Alu Demon, which are always female. I knew they had some female-only demons, but memory is a fickle thing. Yeah, it is. That's awesome. I am. Good. You can say what you want, Pasty. And he isn't on here. I could say what I wanted. As long as it's within reason. No, I still wanted to make sure that the missus wasn't listening in the same room or anything like that, so that, yeah, the project that you're doing for us is coming along nicely, hopefully. Right, I need to... get some of that Abaddon Black. So you've got 29 minutes, Richard. Do you think you'll be done on this one in that time?
Yeah, I will.
I think so too, you know. This has actually been a relatively easy mini to get through so far, even while running the combat.
It's one of those things. I feel like I want to do more highlights and stuff like that, but I'm really trying to stick to this, the speed paint thing and the getting it ready in 1 hour. So
Yeah.
that it's, you know, and I would like to show off the ease of speed paints. So if you're just trying to get something on your table and ready, sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because usually what I do is I'd add some highlights to the flesh, and even the wings, you know, to bring out some of the colour differentiation between the wings and the webbing of the wing.
Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Where's my XP88?
I'm going to see how I do for time. I might add a dry brush. The dry brushes are pretty good.
The Mist Lounge. I got my stuff from Warrior Prince, and I can't wait to start my project for the series finale. I can't wait to get through the shows to see all of that in action. Dibs, I now have all components, just need to sort Garage Studio Workshop so I can finish it. Only a couple of days of work left. Nice, that's awesome. Please make sure you post those pictures, Dibs. I can't wait to see it. What's my wife's name? Yep, shame I can't add a print on here. Picture, not print. Ah, right, yeah, cool. I think you can put a link to one if you've got the picture out somewhere, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Right, I'm going to take some XV88 and I'm going to apply that to the wood of the base to give it a different tonality.
We've got a few people in chat, haven't we?
Yeah, right now. Let's have a look. See how
I'd like to ask. I'd like an opinion of people in chat. Obviously, I presume everyone has bought miniatures and bits and pieces before. I'm contemplating selling. Basically events, as it were. So for a D&D game, say you wanted to have a campfire ambush by goblins and such. So I'm going to sell a bundle it'll be a mix of different merchant licenses, campfire terrain, couple of tents, couple of campfires, a group of goblins and a hobgoblin or something, you know, for instance, something like that. Would that appeal to people as purchasers of minis, or do you prefer just individual-like things and building your own scenario?
So what I like about that, because I'm going to chime in here, is because I know that you mentioned this before, and I was like, oh, so it's kind of like an encounter in a box, almost kind of like. Yeah. I really like that. Yeah, very much so, because I used to find that when I began GMing and DMing, I'd be like, oh god, I need to get all of these things together and go find this, that, and the other one. But if I had somewhere to go to that was literally like, here's everything for a goblin encampment, here's everything for a low-cath encounter, that'd be amazing. So for me, personally, I'd love to see that, like a little bit of terrain, a little bit of minis, maybe something. Yeah.
And I'll do levels of complexity. So, you know, you've got, you know, you're straight out of the box, you know, little costs, few models, but if you wanted to do something bigger and grander, you can, you know, go for the XL Deluxe package and you can get all sorts.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But to a point of, I'll even do a beholder encounter, you know, stuff like that. A dragon horde.
Ooh, what would come in the beholder encounter?
So beholder encounter, I'd find things to do like eyes on walls, and a couple of, you know, nasty little minions it would sort of have.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, Dragon School says, I think it would be a great idea / concept. Lady Jane Lynn, I think a mixture of both is good. It gets expensive to find individual pieces. Yep. Legend, the tirade? Tired packages. Tiered packages. Wow, I can't read. Tiered packages makes tons of sense. That's, wow, look at dyspraxia, dyslexia over here, like, tired, tiered. Everybody point and laugh at him. He can't read.
And that is not something that is done here, I'm afraid, my friend.
I was elected to lead, not to read. Okay, so we've got these lovely lines that go down past the abs towards the groin. We want to make sure we're highlighting those. As for what I'm doing with the skin tones now, I am taking some very, very watered down pure red from the Army Painter paint range, and
From the Army Painter.
And I'm putting it on the top half of those muscles and then almost feathering it down to that darker red that's underneath so that we're getting a difference on light tone. The Mist Lounge, I think it's a great idea. Legend, lol, I'm dyslexic, I probably spelled it wrong. Yeah, me too. I really do struggle sometimes. It's interesting because my wife, who is very well educated, will see something I've written for a campaign, but it's like written almost in like phonics, because she's like, really? I'm like, there's no grammar, there's no punctuation, but I can read it really smoothly. It's messed up.
I'm the same. I have to have my stuff proofread, because I can I read when I write like I'm thinking.
Yes.
So I sometimes miss words, sometimes miss letters. I have literally no grammar.
Good.
Well, I have to be careful with like email responses and stuff like that.
Me too. Even my post yesterday, I put the 8th of November. Today's the 9th. So I didn't even notice that. Right, I'm just going to go in and highlighting some of the areas of the face. And I need to go in and do those eyes. Now, I do believe the Cambions have white eyes with a sort of red flare to them. So I'm going to go in with some white and just hope that I can get in fine enough without my nerd goggles on to at least do those some justice.
That is the only thing I'm worrying about at the moment, is the eyes.
What I would normally have done is do them first, but I completely forgot. Right. I'm almost there. Actually doing all right now.
How long have we got timer-wise?
You've got 21 minutes left still.
Blimey.
Yeah, smashing this one out. Not the one I thought would go so quickly. Right, I need to go in and get those good old gloves, make them black again. So have you got a favourite demon or fiend?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a favourite demon model.
What's the favourite demon model?
It is actually one of my. It's going to be one of my big demon bosses.
Nice.
I've not even got it next to me, unfortunately. 2 seconds, and I'll see if I can pull up the.
For those of you who maybe came in and didn't see the start, have you seen the size of that saber-toothed Wolverine King statue? That's nuts.
And this one's one for my collection because I'm a die-hard Wolverine fan.
Nah. No, Wolverine's badass. I love it every time somebody says that. I'm like, oh no, who's that? And usually get one of two responses. One, people are like, oh yeah, fair enough. Or other people are like, oh, what? Oh! And get really pissed off.
I don't know if I can do the bloody picture. That's the link for it anyway.
Have you just sent it to me, have you?
I sent you the link from the picture on my Instagram.
Okay, cool. What I will do then is I will drop that into chat.
Yeah, because that is my favouritiest one. Oh damn, I've got to turn around.
Oh, not my light. So, I'm still trying to get the black on the gloves first. I'm almost there on that. And we're going to come in and contrast those legs. What about people at home? Have you guys got a favourite demon or devil? Obviously, like Lord of the Devils, mine's Asmodeus. But, out of the ones that you can fight, not too sure. Definitely liking the Cambion. They are fun to play around with. The Balrog is pretty good.
I've got a Balrog.
No, Balgora. What is the four-armed ape? It's going to really bother me now. Oh, it's so far away. Valgora. They're pretty fun to play around with. So, eyes in place. What I do like as well, what they've got on this mini, is they put the coat on him, but they put the wings through the coat.
Yeah, I do love that.
So it's really cool. Yeah, it's just this. I'm going to be using this in both sci-fi games and in D&D games. It's very Hellboy.
Yeah,
almost.
The whole release has been quite nice like that.
I haven't actually seen it.
If you have a look at it, it's a circus release.
Is it?
Yeah. And it comes with there's a cool little mask as a prop and everything.
That's cool. Oh god, cables everywhere. Right, so I've got the neck collar on. I need to get that speed paint on now, realistically. Because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to do the buckles. So I need to work fast. But yeah, everybody in chat, there's an Instagram link there that should take you to Warrior Prince page, and there should be the image that he was talking about. Right, so let's begin.
Did you say they have red eyes? Red irises.
White eye or red. It's white eye, red iris. So I quite literally just painted it white, and I'm going to leave it there. So this is where the concentration's going to come in. How you getting on?
Yeah. How long we got left?
16 minutes.
Very well then.
So I'm having to thin down this contrast black because it is a very strong pigment. So I'm just taking a little bit of water once I've got the black on there and just knocking it back ever so slightly to thin it out. Not quite to be like Nuln Oil, but just enough to be thick enough that it's going to be quite a dominant black. So hopefully those trousers really kind of pop against the red, like that. Then, while that's drying, I'm going to take some orange now. I'm going to feather that onto some of the highest points and highest muscles. It's going to be Troll Slayer orange because it's a really vibrant, fiery colour. There it is. So I'm going to decant some of that. Because you've upscaled these by a couple of clicks as well, haven't you?
Loot Studios, I always go up to. I do 3 clicks up. They're still. This is still basically 32mm scale.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of their stuff as default tends to be 28mm scale.
Yeah. I do like it. I also like it, especially on demons and stuff, because they're just taller.
Yeah. I find that a bit too small. So yeah, I always up it to 120% for those of you that know the slices.
I know them.
Yes. I've always got to be careful with Loot Studios pre-support stuff because their support system's a bit weird.
I agree. And the thing is, like, sometimes I spend ages going in and supporting stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it myself. But other times I just get lazy. And I'm like, oh, just throw theirs in, see where it fails, and then just add a support there.
Yeah, well, it's not so much their stuff always prints, but they've never tweaked their settings, so the cleanup is awful.
Mm.
And I don't know what it is they do, but it's not like when you take the supports off, it's not like it takes gouges out; it leaves half the support on.
But I think that was because a lot of people were like, "Oh, your supports keep failing," and maybe weren't as good at printing, and the people who complained were the people who didn't necessarily know. So I think they had to cater to that. Whereas people like yourself who know.
It's not so much in the, well, I say it is in the know. It is also then learn. If you're going to print, you do really need to learn the craft.
I agree. I think if you're going to print to sell, definitely.
Oh, print to sell, you need to you need to learn all the pitfalls and bits and pieces. But if you're going to print in general, it's something people really need to look into and stuff. And
I do definitely think it is an art form because you have to learn so much about it, but also like sometimes it's just like finesse of getting things on the plate or getting things finished up. Okay, so I'm actually not far away from being done, I think. I'm very, very close. So where do you think you're going to throw one of these into your campaigns then?
So I'm thinking of introducing. Well, it won't be until I restart the campaign, but putting in a couple of demons and one of the characters who, unfortunately, the player doesn't play with us anymore. I put a deck of many things in, and one of the cards he pulled was a keep. That is his keep, but it's infested with demons.
Eesh.
So he was the one that created pulled the demons mainly through. So I really I had that, all, I say mind mapped out. I had a good idea for it all. And I really wanted to put that in. I'm going to have a couple of Cambions in that as well.
Yeah, I think that would be the perfect place for them. It is good. So what level do you start putting in things like the deck of many things then? Because it could be a campaign-ending item.
You see, it's fun because I like playing around with meta.
Yeah.
So I put it in, and it's one of those things. I'll see how long it takes for them to, and how they justify it, sort of thing.
Yeah, fair enough. It's
they did really well with it. It was one of those things. The character, I think one of the characters that ended up pulling it, the character would have. I had a player pull it because the player would have, but it was good.
Because I've got the deck of many things in the world that I've built for my previous campaign that's sort of on hiatus right now, but it was held by a creature that they're not going to meet until like way down in the campaign, to the point where they haven't even met that person yet. But yeah, even I was worried about that. I was like, I don't know if I can bring them back from a real fuck up with this one.
Yeah, I did enjoy the chaos a bit.
It's yeah, I've definitely thrown them into one shots to be like, yeah, fuck it, whatever happens, there's no consequences, but a little bit more frugal in the actual campaign. I'm just trying to take some gold, and there is this line down the back of this mini where they've got this lovely trim where holes have been cut into this coat that they wear, but then strengthened with a banding by the looks of things. So I'm just trying to add some gold to it just to make it look a little different. And then I'm going to highlight the jacket, and then I'm done. So that's the gold lines down the back. And that's the front. We've got the orange now onto the muscles so that we have hopefully some pop in abs. And those horns. Oh, I'm going to get the gold on that neck ring as well. God, that is a fine area, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I've just managed to just about do pupils.
Go on then, I'll do some too. You're going to pull me in like that? Let's get out the psycho. From the army painter.
From the army painter range, army painter.
Army painter, army painter, army painter, army painter. Right, so this is where I'm going to make him look boz-eyed.
It's a bit of a tricky one. Trying to move a wheelie chair when you've got a bad back is not the most fun.
No, I got it, I nailed it. Do you know what I'm actually going to do, Richard? I'm going to take a tiny, incy bit of yellow and add that to the eye.
You're going to add that to the eye?
To the pupil of the eye, I'm going to add a tiny, weeny, teensy bit of yellow. Just to give it an extra depth, you know?
A little bit of pop. Go on then, let's give that a go.
Oh, you fucked it up!
Oh, you didn't, did you?
That's alright, I can fix it. I can fix him!
How long we got?
Yeah, 8 minutes! 8 Minuten. I'm almost there. Okay. Back in with the red. And then in with the yellow. So I actually use, believe it or not, my face and also my hands and elbows to try and stabilise my arm when I'm going in for things like pupils. Because otherwise I have the shakiest hands ever. Right.
I think I've just about managed to do it.
Risky.
I really can't see diddly shit.
You can tell the bits that we're concentrating on because we go really quiet.
Yeah.
I really do like this sculpt.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. This really lends itself to being painted.
I was tempted to do a 75. If I had more time, I'd have done a 75 and sent you that as well.
You know what? I wouldn't complain.
And I think I might do with send it out with the next one.
Yeah.
I really do.
I still need to do my 75mm Dragonborn that you sent me.
Have you still not done that?
No, we need to do it together at some point. We should actually fucking get our shit together and do it. I know we keep saying it, but...
That requires getting our shit together.
Yeah! Thursday morning, like, have you primed?
I was to say, that's our usual message, isn't it, of a Thursday morning?
Are you ready?
Are you primed?
Okay, we've got 6 minutes left. I'm going to grab some Runefang steel. I'm going to try and do those bubbles.
I've just added a Wild Rider Red dry brush to these wings and to the torso, and I've made the wings pop real nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like dry brushing with the layers because obviously with the benefit of the layer paint is it still goes that little bit sort of say see-through, but
opaque.
get a bit more of the layer, opaque. Thank you for the word. Of the layer below.
That is exactly why I like to use layer paints, and I don't use washers, because I just use water and then try and thin them down a little bit now. Right. Okay. So we've got buckles are turning silver. Oh, there's a chain. Man's rocking the old skater chain.
No.
In his pocket.
Right. Mine's not going to be silver, it's going to be bronze because I can't find my silver.
Have you not got shining silver from the army painter?
I haven't actually. I've only got the. Well, I've got the wash, and not the wash. The speed paint.
It's going to go everywhere.
And I forgot. Yeah.
Man, I fucking demolished this mini.
How long we got?
You got 4 minutes 30. We've got 4 minutes, everyone, to finish our minis. Oh, I nearly fucking broke it. Oh my god, I did that last night. I was painting a mini ready for the Starfinder campaign, and this person, they may never encounter them, they may never see them on the battlefield, but I was like, I need to have this person ready because they're an NPC, and just in case, because I know what my players are like, and had done like loads of blending and stuff like that, and I was like really proud of it for something that I'd done like in one evening. And then I picked up one of my iridescent acrylic paints, which are really big from the Hobbycraft, and I just dropped it straight on it, and bits just shattered everywhere because it's a really heavy bottle. I was like, I'll go get the glue in the bicarb soda then.
That is a god I'm going to scream at everything moment.
I do it all the time because of my dyspraxia. I'm so clumsy. Right, I need to get that whip looking tight. So I'm going to grab leather brown from the Army Painter range. from the
army painting.
the GM starter paint series. I'm going to just add some more tan-like colour to the handle.
I'm just putting a contrast on the base.
Oh, I need to rim my base.
And then I'm going to rim my base. No.
You can't say that on Twitch! He's doing what?
I've also just realised whilst doing my base that I've glued the feet into the wrong poles.
I missed them. I saw the poles.
I've missed them. Really?
Fluffy, yeah, I did. Luckily, I managed to get some bicarb soda and some glue and put them back together, so it's all right, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to rim the base. That's never not fun to say. Anybody else there? Anybody else out there, Rim? Anybody else out there, Rim? The reason I do that is I like the separation between the Mini and the terrain it's on, even if it's the same type of terrain, like a wood floor in this case.
I don't know. It's something about it's that the finishing things. Doing the black around the base that's it, done.
Yeah, I agree.
Crap, wrong brush. Where's my rimming brush? How long we got?
1 minute 40, and I'm done. I am there.
Rimming.
Finished it off with a little rim.
Bloody shaky hands again this week.
Yeah, me too. What I do like about the Loot Studios bases as well is that they lip their bases. So you get terrain and then you get like a step down before it goes out. And that is really fun for rimming.
One thing I was saying about bases and that Arc Villain, they've now started doing, because all their bases have always just been, they've never had like a lip or an edge, whereas you now have the choice.
Oh really?
So you can have a base that goes just doesn't stop, just goes straight to the bottom, or you can have a D&D base sort of thing.
That's really
right.
Cool.
I'm done.
You done?
Yeah.
Let's get the last tiny bit. I can just see a bit of brown poking through that lip. You know when like you get to the end of something, but it's like only seconds left, and you're on that crunch time, and you get that anxiety buzz.
Yeah. And you see something, you're like, shit!
Yep, exactly that. I've just got with this rimming. I can see some brown. There you go. I'm done.
It's never a good thing when you can see some brown rimming.
Absalom's actually come up with a very, very good question that I'm going to direct at Richard. Would you ever paint the base green for a red figure for more contrast? Time.
Yes, I would. But I would use a dark green.
Yes. So I love contrasting bases, and it's actually something that I find that now I'm painting a lot more sci-fi stuff I can really go into, because whereas a lot of the fantasy stuff you need to have like stone or dirt or wood, something arcane, there isn't much scope. With sci-fi I find that I'm like, fuck it, pink soil, pink. The Feywild's good for that, but I can do whatever I want with sci-fi stuff because it could be any world, anywhere. And I'm really enjoying doing like blue minis, pink bases, or an orange mini and a yellow base. And yeah, it's so much fun. However, our hour is up. The combat was over within half an hour. Although I very much enjoyed that one, like just having like a pit fight. I thought it was quite fun. I don't know how it was for you dying.
I tell you what we might do with the next demon. I might pit demon against demon.
Oh, have me play a demon?
That. Yeah.
That'd be fucking
demon.
Cool.
You play we both play the monster, or a couple of demons.
Oh, I like that.
And do it that instead of rolling a character, actually have it as NPC combat.
Yeah, that could be cool. See, that's a good one shot as well that like people could run. Like, fuck it, don't create a character. Just pick a pit fiend or pick a CR creature. It's going in a pit with other people. That's very, very cool. The Mist Lounge is available. Hell yeah. That could be quite good.
I might actually, an idea I had, I might run a one shot. I'm going to talk to you about it at a later point, but around Christmas.
Nice. Well,
See if we can get a couple of Instagrammers together and do something.
Nice. Sounds great. So, how did you do with your Cambion? Did you think you got it tabletop ready within an hour?
Yeah.
Smashed it. Look at that.
Let me get me dodgy book and see if I can actually show people. Because I hate doing this part.
I'm going to move these and I'll put mine, hopefully, in view.
Get in there.
Oh, look at how vibrant that is, though. I love the blue. That's really cool. I like the one with the brown coat as well.
I'll get some pictures up on Instagram.
And I will too, because this here is mine.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. For an hour.
I love the dark, the dark build up to the red and stuff with it on the torso and the wings.
Yeah, I find red quite easy to paint with. It's actually one of my favourite colours because orange is one of my favourite colours. And so like going from like the black and then just dry brushing through the reds and having it pop off your mini stand like that. But testament to Richard's printing, who uses ABS resin, it didn't break. Look at that. Yeah, I really like reds through oranges, and yeah, the Cambion is just really easy to do that on, I find. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of the demons and a lot of the devils in this sort of style. But yeah, thank you so much for the mini, Richard. It's fucking awesome. I'm going to add that to my shelf of done ones, but I'll get that all up on Instagram, and I'll get this all up on YouTube as well. And guys, thank you so much, chat, for being here. As always, you guys are fucking awesome. I love this show. I love you guys.
What's my next beastie next week then?
The Carrion Crawler.
Yeah.
You used one of those before?
Yes, I think I have.
Corpse eaters. They're fucking cool as shit. They're a CR2 creature for anybody watching, and they are usually found in mines or in the leads to the Underdark and stuff, and they're just fantastic little random encounters. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here for episode 21, which is nuts. And we'll be back next week. Double check the calendar. Make sure none of us are at crit roll. I'm good.
I'm pretty sure I'm around.
I'm pretty sure I'm good too, to which I'm still so jealous that you went to that. But guys, we'll be back next week for episode 22, the Carrion Crawler. Thank you so much. I really want to say, is it Thursday yet? But may the dice gods be ever in your favour. Cheers, guys. Let's set up a raid. Where's OBS gone? I've lost OBS, Richard. Ah! Cheers, guys.